The motor car, symbol of the spirit of freedom. All there is in man that cries out to lose the ties that bind us to the sullen earth is here, distilled in steel and rasping power. And through it, we reach out for the limitless open spaces that lie beyond the horizon.
If I pretended I was ill, could you rush me through in that ambulance, officer?
You're just going to have to be patient, madam.
It's been 2 days.
Just doing our job, madam.
Oh, well, bollocks then. Give them a cap, they think they're God Almighty.
Charming.
I've got tickets for the Wolves match in half hour.
You should worry, mate. I'm in goal.
Let me through, please. I'm a chiropodist.
Surley Manor, for 2 centuries ancestral home to a family occupying a small but significant position in the baronetage of England, and host for the 90th year to the Surley Manor Automotive Gala. It's enthusiastically organised by the 12th Baronet of Surley, Sir Marmaduke Love Tuesday.
I love the Bentleys, the Jaguars, the Daimlers, lined up like so many guardsmen, setting off the manor so beautiful, swathed in the lush August greenery. I love the people, the dedication to perfection of the enthusiast, the fascination on the faces of the children. But most of all, what I love about the gala is the wonga.
Wonga?
Spondulax, hackers, dosh, money. Do you know, on a good year, we can screw nearly 40k out of the buggers. Drink?
Pardon? No, thank you.
Touch of indigestion, you understand. Still, the sun's over the yard arm. Whatever the bloody hell that means. Oh yes, I don't like to mention this, but have you paid?
Paid?
Yes, if you'll be so kind.
I'm terribly sorry, but I thought with the
Wretched business, I know, but overheads, that sort of thing, can't be avoided these days.
What was the fee?
£25.
Right, £25.
Very good of you, thank you. Oh, and then there's the filming supplement.
Filming supplement?
If you wish to use your camera thingy.
Oh.
Yes, that's £20.
£20.
Yes, all goes towards the renovation of the fabric of the fabric.
Despite the constant struggle to maintain its upkeep, Sir Marmaduke's abiding love for his ancestral home is obvious.
We have a great many visitors to the manor each year from all corners of the globe. Americans, Japanese, Lap, Landish folk, etc., etc., all of whom cannot fail to be impressed by the imposing beauty of my seat. However, some of them sing the praises of their homeland. I say to them this: you may have great mountains, vast lakes, bounteous forests, but do you, like we in England, have a Surley Manor, you foreign git? Drink? This garden was laid out by my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, the 6th Baronet. Its geometric beauty speaks eloquently about his love of order and discipline. It gives fewer clues, however, to his renowned predilection for impregnating chambermaids. Sir Leopold, as he was christened, was greatly loved by the peasantry, who always referred to him by the affectionate nickname, the utter shit. After a lifetime of voracious sexual debauchery, he finally drank himself to death at the age of 104. Tragic.
It's Marmaduke! It's Marmaduke!
What the?
Sir Marmaduke has a bailiff's on the phone, and they said that they're going to go ahead with the repossession
Tell him I'm
issue.
busy with this chap here.
Well, he said he won't put up with any more.
Marjorie! Marjorie, where's Marjorie? A trifling business matter, you understand. Normally my wife deals with these sort of things. Marjorie! Tell the grabbing little bastard that we're expecting all the foreign buggers to come down this weekend. If the weather holds, we should be good for at least 2 of the overdue installments.
Sir Marmaduke, perhaps it would be better if we did this piece...
Tell me, have you paid?
Well, yes, of course.
Marjorie! There you are. Keep up the good work, old thing.
The annual gala attracts a large and enthusiastic crowd anxious to savour the long-lost romance of the golden age of motoring. A golden age that in truth began to disappear as long ago as the 1950s, when regulations and road safety came to the fore, as this early documentary footage shows.
On the road to safety. Yes, another glorious English summer has arrived. It's jolly well July and the sun has got his hat on, bringing bands of happy holidaymakers thronging onto the roads of Britain. But watch out, this happy scene of fun and frolics could so easily turn into one of mayhem and mishap. Whoops! Mr. Blenkinsop the butcher nearly bought it on his bike. Lucky escape, Mr. Blenkinsop. Careful, steady on those brakes. Hey, don't jump that red light. Oh no, a jam. Let's face it, folks, someone's got to take charge here, and who better than Britain's highly trained traffic police? They're ready with the very latest crime-fighting equipment.
Well, we've got some blankets in case anyone
Gets cold knees.
Yeah, and we're all trained up in this first aid. How do you open this blooming thing?
You just pull it, I think.
Give us it here. There we are. Now, what have we got? We've got sellotape, we got scissors.
We sometimes get motorists with a hang nail.
Never mind that. Put it back.
Rubbing alcohol all gone again?
Well, you know how chesty I get.
Calling car 23. Calling car 23.
Is that us?
How do I know? We better go. You know how funny they get.
And so they speed away in their specially prepared high-performance pursuit vehicle. Meanwhile, at police headquarters, intensive training continues. Here, officers exactly recreate a hell-for-leather high-speed car chase. A group of eager young recruits listen enthralled as Sergeant Beasley, a favourite on the after-dinner speaking circuit, explains the next demonstration.
What?
Pete's forgotten his hat.
I didn't want to break.
You see, it's quite simple. Just don't brake too hard, keep steering to the left. Oh, balls.
In a never-before-staged experiment, Chief Inspector Cholmondeley of the Devon and Cornwall Traffic Division took me out in an unmarked car so that I could see for myself just what sort of dangerous motoring habits his men have to deal with on a daily basis.
Well, it's quite astonishing the kind of thing we have to contend with. You see, your average motorist has little or no regard for his safety, or indeed that of the other road users, in his headlong rush to reach his destination. We're bound to see something in a minute. Look at him! Dear oh dear, he came straight out in front of us. That's quite dreadful. It's only my quick thinking there that avoided a terrible accident. And here's another example. You'll notice this young lady is quite blatantly taken to the road without first donning the requisite bicycle clips.
It doesn't matter that she's wearing a dress?
The bylaw of 1907 is quite clear. No, it's this callous disregard for the law from desperados such as her that renders our roads the orgy of death and carnage that they are today. Now look at this. These fellas must be touching nearly 27 miles an hour. Suicide. What's this? Good Lord!
But what's happening?
Special signal. A little man with his right trouser leg rolled up waving a flag means only one thing. Calling all cars. Motorist broken wind on the Exeter bypass.
Immediately, the force swings into action.
It's no use. Can't find any proper helmets. We'll just have to use these pudding basins. Should fit all right. Now don't forget your earmuffs, lads. It's nippy out there. Follow me, men. Hang on. How do we get out of here?
Police are relentless in their search for the culprit.
All right, none of you are going anywhere till we find out who's let off.
Read all about it. Traffic held up in Fort outrage.
A number of innocent people fall victim to the fumes. Eventually, the source of the alert is discovered. A family from East Molesley frying a pair of carpet slippers in a lay-by. Dearie me, ma, that's a bit of a niff. All in a day's work for our busybobbies, who on the very same day apprehend this Tunbridge Wells family picnicking on the central reservation of the newly opened M1. They were later charged with pouring in the tea before the milk. Police also apprehend a woman whom it was necessary to bludgeon into submission. She was found travelling on an urban clearway wearing excess lipstick.
Lovely hat.
Thank you.
And this gentleman, posing as a harmless lollipop man, cleverly tricked by officers into revealing his true identity as a Nazi spy.
Heil Hitler! Heil Hitler! Damn!
As the visitors begin to arrive at Surley Manor, stately limousines rub shoulders with exotic sports cars and sleek 60s classics, all anxious to get the weekend underway. Sir Marmaduke and his wife Marjorie ensure that everything proceeds with exact military precision.
The gala begins at 10:30 precisely. Not a moment earlier, not a moment later.
Sir Marmaduke and his staff have devised a complex system of flags which will eventually signal the opening. There's a mood of anticipation as the visitors amuse themselves waiting for the gala to officially begin.
My God, but you're looking gorgeous today. An absolute little corker. Completely irresistible. I suppose my insistence on discipline harks back to my time in the Guards. I joined as a humble lieutenant in '32, but it wasn't long before they cottoned on to my habits of cupidity, venal incompetence, and inveterate alcohol abuse, and promoted me to captain.
Sir Marmaduke should be declaring the gala open at any moment. Meanwhile, the crowd continue to arrive, forgetting the stresses and strains of everyday life as they look forward to a relaxing weekend with the family.
For Christ's sakes, what is the hold-up now? I don't believe this. I've seen Ingmar Bergman movies faster than this. Hey! Hey! This is one lane, pal! Or hadn't you noticed? Don't let him in! Don't let him in! They're letting him in! I don't believe this! Shut it, you! You won't get away with this, you vicious bastard!
Dear, oh dear. We are in a hurry, aren't we? Where's the fire, eh? Where's the fire? Bit of a log jam up top, I think you'll find.
Really?
Oh, yes. Looks like we're going to be here for a goodly amount of time yet. Well, you don't see many of these old buses around these days, do you? Bit of a rust bucket, eh? May I humbly suggest you be wise to switch your engine off, sir?
Yeah, well, perhaps I would, but I'm just...
There's no perhaps in it. What do you got under there, a 1.3?
Well, it's an 875.
1.3? All alloys, single overhead block, not a patch in the old Series A engine, if I may make so bold a claim, sir. You see, the trouble with these is they run hot. You keep your engine running in a jam like this all day, you'll be able to fry an egg on top of that bonnet.
Yeah, well, actually, the engine...
I've seen it done before, my friend, seen it done before. You'd be better off with a Hunter. Better car all round.
The tension mounts as the seconds tick down to 0 hour.
I don't want any excuses, Gus. We've got to close this deal. Offered them an extra 40 mil, put in a 2% increase on the returns. And is my grandma still available? Oh, right, forgot about the Stuttgart deal. It's going to have to be your missus.
Hang on a minute, darling. We're missing supermarket sweet.
We're not.
We are. 12:15 Sky One.
All right, hold on. All right, here we go. How's that, clean?
Left a bit.
What about that?
That's it. Lovely.
Right. I bet there aren't many people wanting supermarket sweep at the moment.
Oh, we shouldn't be doing this. The traffic will be moving in a minute.
Oh, never mind all that. Read it to me.
Oh, not that. Not here.
Don't argue with me, just do it. You know what I want to hear? Just read me the workshop manual.
Oh, God. Flywheel and drive plate removal and refitting. On manual gearbox cars, first remove the gearbox as described in Chapter 3.
Yes.
The bloody thing stopped. Ah, to hell with it. Just let the buggers in.
It is the floor pans that go first on these, my friend. I've seen it 100 times before. You think everything's peachy keen, you drive it along and suddenly you must put you scraping the tarmac. I think we're a bit caught up, my friend. I think we're a little bit caught up and we're moving. Stop, my friend. Stop the marshals, please. Yes, hold the horses. I'm on my way. Over the the first morning of the gala weekend, the vista across Surley Manor gradually changes from one of serene, verdant stillness to a bustling blaze of colour and activity.
£20. Thank you. Drive on.
Sir Marmaduke, in the true spirit of aristocratic good manners, takes care to welcome his visitors and make them feel at home.
Hello there. And where are you from?
Barking.
Barking? I'm not a barking man myself, although my doctor insists that I am. And who's that rather lovely lady over there?
Amy.
Hello, Amy. Is that your nice little camera?
Yes.
That's a rather splendid thing, that is. Are you going to take some nice photographs with it?
Yes.
Yes? There's actually a photography supplement. It's £25. Overheads, you see, that sort of thing. Can't be avoided. How's it going, Marjorie, old thing?
Coming along. Coming along. Oh.
Keep it up, old girl. A spot of trouble, old chap. Yes, well, we keep an old banger around the place for just such an eventuality. Marjorie, come and give this chap a push, please. There we are. Come on, Marjorie, get your back into it. There we are. Stop! That's a £20 entrance fee, and then there's a towing fee. That's £65 exactly, please. Enjoy the day.
Get on with it! I tell you, the bloke who laid out this car park wants his ghoulies nailed into its seat, and you can quote me. Come on, grandmother. We'll all be drawing a bleeding pension by the time you've finished. Come on, Hey, and do you know there's another bloke back there who parks so close to the next motor no one can get in? What's his gate? The place is full of tosspots. Well done, grandmother. Well done about time.
Will you?
Hey! What's he doing? That's my space! Hey. It's the same bloke, too! You are in trouble, matey! I bet he's German.
Yeah, we won.
66!
Try it out.
At the heart of the gala weekend lies the Surley Manor Trophy, a concourse competition for the best presented vehicle at the show.
There are usually around 300 competitors, from whom we ask a nominal £10 registration fee to cover administration costs.
Administration costs?
Whiskey. The winner receives not only the famous trophy, but also a prize of substantial cash value, which is, Marjorie, this year.
Darlan LaSalle.
A £5 discount token from B&Q. Rather splendid, don't you think? B&Q. Is that an off-licence, Marjorie?
That's it, back you come, away you go. Plenty of room. Plenty of room, my son, plenty of room. You could get a finished piece of cardboard through that space.
The history of the trophy goes back to the early part of this century.
It was in 1901 that my great-uncle Stanley, infuriated at his brother George's ridicule of his admittedly preposterous moustache, attempted to outdo his rakish and romantically more successful sibling by purchasing the second horseless carriage to become available in this country. Imagine his chagrin on discovering the uncomfortable fact that the first horseless carriage was already in the hands of an unbearably smug young George. Henceforth, sibling rivalry, already aflame, burned with an unprecedented incandescence. A race was proposed to be run around the estate roads of Surley Manor. At speeds approaching that of a weary pensioner queuing for a bus, the two pioneers trundled around the estate. Stanley's bitter defeat was made inevitable by George's employment of superior engineering and driving skill, with the added advantage of having instructed his brutish mechanic, Staniforth, to urinate into his brother's petrol tank. From that day on, the race became an annual event, with Stanley growing more anxious each year to avenge his brother's ceaseless mockery of his abundantly fertile upper lip and taking ever greater risks in his vain attempts to one day defeat George.
I say, Stanleyforth, we appear to be under pursuit from a man with an Angora gerbil strapped to the underside of his nose.
Year upon year, great-uncle Stanley's incompetence and his brother's increasingly ingenious efforts at sabotage caused him to crash out of what had become known as the Surly Manor Trophy and into motoring history. In years to come, as the trophy race expanded, the winners would always don the same comedy moustache in a grim burlesque of that tragic failure, Stanley Love Tuesday. However, bureaucracy and red tape put paid to the trophy race after a few trifling incidents, resulting in the mass slaughter of hundreds of spectators, most of whom in any event originated from the servant classes. Various forms of competition were tried as a replacement, including the ill-fated jumping into a car wearing impractical clothes race, and the rather strenuous pushing a car up a hill race. In 1953, these were finally abandoned in favour of the competition as we know it today.
Undoubted king of the Surly Manor Trophy today is Vic Beresford from South Mimms. For no fewer than the last 6 years, Vic has vanquished all comers in this test of automotive originality and perfection. But this is not all. Vic's haul of trophies, medals and special commendations numbers over 50.
May I humbly suggest you be better off filming from that side with the sun behind you, my friend?
No, that's all right, really. I think
if you film this side, all you're going to get's glare. Whereas if you go that side with a red filter, you might get better results.
Perhaps you could describe some of your trophies.
Say again?
I said perhaps you could describe some of your trophies.
If you insist. OK, this little beauty I picked up at the Banstead meet of the BMC Owners Club.
What's it for?
This was awarded to the owner of the vehicle with the shiniest bumpers in his class.
Shiniest bumpers?
Oh yes, I set great store by a lustrous bumper. Very proud of my chrome work. Now, this is the substance that I use, and you're very privileged to know this, not many people do. What I use is a palm nut oil mixed with lemon juice, mixed with donkey excrement.
What's that trophy for?
This is actually the Vanden Plough Drivers Association Majesty Award.
That refers to the Vehicles Royal Associations, I take it.
No. It's an acronym, stands for Most Aggravating, Jumped-Up, Egotistical Sod this year. You see, my name is engraved on it 3 times, which means I get to keep it, like the World Cup. Very proud of that.
Well done, Vic. Meanwhile, keen bartering goes on at the Auto Jumble, where rare components change hands for large sums.
I've got some bits from a second-hand Mini Metro. 4 quid? Done. Right.
People are naturally drawn towards this motor vehicle as a kind of hypnotic charm. She's a beauty, isn't she?
Very nice.
Built 1966, single overhead cam, 1.1 litre engine, producing 65 brake horsepower. Look at that raw power lurking under that bonnet. Like a coiled tiger waiting to pounce, my friend. British engineering at its best. Hydroelastic suspension, twin SU carburetors, thank you very much.
Yes, it's lovely.
Let's go and take a look inside, shall we? Come on, let's go. Come on, in you go, young man. There we are. Take a seat. I know you're dying too. Now just feast your eyes. A veritable haven of wood and leather. Go on, sniff the leather. Sniff it. Oh, that'll be the donkey excrement. Aha! A dinner is served. I just love the pleasure this motor car brings to people. Look at this man's face. He's like a kid again.
You see, people like this do not get the opportunity to see or touch a real motorcar. He probably spends most of his life hacking up and down the motorway in an Astra or a Mondeo, which, let's face it, is no comparison to the sheer emotion that experiencing a vehicle like this can bring. What do you drive, son?
A Lamborghini.
Check the throttle lever valve to body clearance and compare it with the clearance specified.
Oh, yes, yes!
It's incorrect. Prise open the adjuster lever to increase.
Oh, come on! More!
Can't we stop a minute? I'm knackered.
Just keep going till you get to stripping and reassembly of the vacuum servo unit.
But that's on page 316. I'm only on chapter 4. The fuel system, removal and refitting carburetor. Bugger, I've dropped the book.
All morning, the work of signing up contestants grinds on in the hot August sun. It's thirsty work.
All right, now remember, offer it to them as if it's free, and then charge them £5 a glass. Or should there be 6? No, better make it a round number. But only after they've had a sip. They'll put it back if they haven't had their chops round it, all right? Hey, hang on.
It's at this stage in the proceedings that the truly multicultural nature of the gala becomes apparent.
It is by its very nature an international event. We have Scotsmen in Skodas, Belgians in Bentleys, Javans in Jaguars, Catalonians in cars of various different descriptions. We feel that we have in no small measure created a global motoring village where harmless competition and mutual respect take the place of internecine strife and man's inhumanity to man. We do, however, draw the line at the Welsh.
Excuse me? Excuse me? I dare say you've come a long way to be here today.
Huh?
I expect that you've travelled a big distance, a big way to be here, yes?
Travel? You say travel. But what is to travel other than to stay in the same place at the same time as we are moving?
Pardon?
We move, we are still. We are, we do, we be. We are nothingness, yet everything. We are nowhere, yet everywhere. Simple, oui?
So, I must say this is a very splendid motorcar.
You say car. But what is car, if not a statement of the absurd, expressed as a Dadaist examination of the surreal?
Quite.
DS is the distillation of surrealism, expressed in the language of the automotive art. DS is car, yet not car. DS is practical, yet absurd. Real, yet surreal.
Nice big boot, has it?
Not bad.
Champagne, sir? Oh, madam? Oh. That'll be £10, please. Oh, that. Or should I come back later? Thank you.
So, will you be entering the competition?
Well, we don't really believe in judging, do we?
Judging, no.
I mean, how would you like it if someone came up to you and said that another person was better than you?
Yes, but they're just cars.
Yeah, but cars have souls, don't they?
Souls, yeah.
It's like the Red Indians, they said that everything's got a soul. Like your camera, that's got a soul. And your
trousers.
Yeah, your trousers, they've got a soul. And your shoes.
Your shoes, yeah.
Yeah, they've got a soul. Well, they've got two souls. I mean, not souls. Well, they've got souls, but they've also got souls.
Has your car got a soul?
Yeah, the car's got a soul, yeah.
Is it a special kind of car?
It's a Morris Traveller. But we've given it a name, haven't we?
Yeah, name.
What sort of name?
A name that speaks of its style, beauty, streamlined beauty.
So what do you call it?
Nobby.
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 Try it now.
Do you carry out much of the maintenance yourself?
Yeah, we do a bit, don't we?
Yeah, we do a bit.
Yeah, we do that way where you take the pipe and put the pipe in the hole.
Yeah, the petrol.
Petrol, yeah, we do the petrol. But like, if anything goes wrong, we take it down to this holistic mechanic in Burnley. You see, we believe that there's no point in just dealing with the mechanical fault. You've got to treat the whole car, you see. Like a normal mechanic, he would just fit a new clutch. Whereas our bloke, what he does is balm the whole transmission in eucalyptus and rosemary oil.
And then he fits a new clutch.
Yeah, then he fits a new clutch. But you see, it's like a little home on wheels, you see. We can get everything in there and just travel.
Nettle soup.
Yeah, nettle soup.
Organic peanut butter butties.
Yeah, do you want one? Quite nice. And that's a biodegradable hiking sandal. But you see, we just climb aboard Nobby and just go for miles and miles and miles. And then we get in tune to the rhythm of the earth and just keep on going and going and going until we get to the other side of the world.
We're going to Morecambe next week.
Yeah, we're going to Morecambe next week.
Ah, Champers, top hole.
Would you like a glass, sir?
Would I? I take it you're going to join me.
Sure.
So, young lady, what do they call you?
Me? Bella.
Bella, eh? Well, Bella, ding dong. What are you planning, you little vixen? £20? Yes. Yes, of course. £20.
Vic, you've recently set up your own Vandenpla 1100 Owners Club, haven't you?
Yes, indeed. The Vandenpla Drivers Association.
And why did you feel the need to do this?
Well, the bitter and irrevocable schism that has rented asunder the hitherto harmonious Vandenpla motoring scene can be traced in history as far back as the early 1980s. It was around that time that certain individuals chose willfully to ignore a set of strict principles upon which the Vandenpla Drivers Club was formed back in the heady days of the late autumn of 1978.
So what principles did they ignore?
Certain basic principles of morality and decency.
Like?
Incidents occurred such as the fit-in of inappropriate accessories.
Yes?
Roof racks.
Roof racks?
We in the VPDA do not approve of roof racks, sir.
Don't you?
Apart from certain factory-produced and fitted items.
Why not?
We believe they corrupt the line of what is already a superbly classic and neat and beautiful design.
Are you still on good terms with the members of the Owners Club?
No. I did see the chair lady briefly last week, but that was to organise access arrangements for our children, the divorce having finally come through.
Oh, Vic, I'm sorry.
Well, it's a classic old story, isn't it? She sees roof rack as essential quotient in the functionality beauty continuum. He sees roof rack as monstrous carbuncle on the face of a well-loved old friend. It's just like they said it relate. It's an age-old story. We've seen it 1,000 times before.
Bella, do join me in another.
Don't mind if I do.
Here's to you, Bella. Bella, Bella, Bella. Ting-a-ling-a-ling.
Cheers. 10 quid, please.
Yes, of course. I must say you're looking absolutely ravishing in that outfit. Well, what do you think of the old jalopy then, eh? Pretty impressive beast, what?
Yeah, nice.
This cat has been known to sweep a gal or two off their feet in its time.
Yeah, but that was before it came to represent the epitome of the obsessively phallocentric male view in sexual relationships.
Well, yes. Pardon?
Your exhaust pipe's drooping.
Try it now.
Champagne, sir?
Eh? All right. Get us 4 bottles, darling. Keep the tip.
Tar. Slinky, innit?
Streamlined.
Smooth.
Thrusting.
Sleek.
Hard.
Effortlessly.
Powerful.
Ella, where's that damn champagne?
See you later. Maybe.
Keep it on ice, darling.
The culmination of the first day of the gala is undoubtedly the Grand Parade, where all the contestants get to show off their cars.
Well done, Marjorie. There's a good girl. Up a bit on the left. Tea. Nothing like a drop of tea after a hard morning's daylight robbery. I see the Grand Parade as a bit of fun, really. A sense of the theatrical in an otherwise static spectacle. A chance for the drivers to show off in a fairly harmless way, and an opportunity for me to extract yet more wads of cash from a gullible minority.
Marmaduke! Marmaduke!
What the devil?
Marmaduke, there's a bailiff on the phone again.
Tell him I'm dead. Tell him I've been eaten by leopards.
Well, I told him you were dead, but he says he'll be round in the morning with his men unless he receives a banker's draft for the value of
That's absolutely monstrous. I can't be bothered by these trifling affairs. Where's Marjorie? Marjorie! Marjorie!
Ah!
Grand Parade about to start.
Some of these cars.
They're a bit old, aren't they?
You'd have thought they'd get some new ones in for a do like this.
Yeah.
I bet not one of them's got a cataclysmic converter.
Yeah, they got people driving all over the grass as well.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah, mud on the wheels. I'm gonna have to wash that off. That's not what you want, is it?
I mean, we just had it all valeted.
Yeah, what they should do, of course, is tarmac this whole area with little bits of crazy paving there. Phil could give him a good prize.
Yeah?
Yeah, I might call him tonight about that.
Yeah.
But where do you normally drive your car?
Well, usually round the estate.
Oh, you have an estate?
Well, it's not all ours. Belongs to the council, mainly. We got a house, though.
Number 37 Bevan Crescent.
Yeah.
But don't you ever go off-road?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. When we go to her mum's, we go up the driveway.
And so, for the 90th time this century, the grand old veterans of the road line up, ready to take a bow before their adoring public.
Yeah, that one looks like it's come out of the ark.
I bet you could trade that in for a nice little Fiesta.
You think some of these people had never heard of Ford options.
Look, I think it's one of those old Inspector Morse jags.
I think you'll find that the Inspector Morse series made use of a 1964 Jaguar Mark II 3.4-litre model.
Well, really, I'm not particularly sure.
Whereas the car we see over there is a Daimler 2.5 V8, a rare version of it because it's manual. Information free of charge.
I say, ladies, fancy a spin in the old E?
The car as potential aphrodisiac. Certainly nothing new, as this footage from the 1960s shows.
Tonight, the chicks who love guys who love cars. Fast cars, powerful cars, cars that not only have MPH, but MPP, massive pulling power. Cars that say, ride with me, baby, I've got a big willy. Was it Shakespeare who said the way to a girl's heart was through your accelerator pedal? Well, poetry is all very well, but what really lit little Annie Hathaway's candle was speeding along the Warwickshire lanes in an open-top, twin-carbed speedster with a wind in her hair.
What a charming rustic scene.
Very nice.
Look! Traditional ploughing.
Bloody tourists. Why don't they piss off back to London?
I say, fancy finding a quiet, secluded spot for a little nibble?
No.
Silly cow.
What?
Not you. I was talking about the, This is a nuisance. I was hoping I might be able to get a clear run. I've had this little beauty up to 60 before now. I say, anywhere around here I can get a bit of speed up?
Well, if you go back that way, you can drive over a 200-foot cliff.
Not quite what I had in mind. My companion's anxious to see me open her up a bit.
I'll bet she is.
Oh, well, never mind. Thank you very much anyway, quaint old gentleman.
Yes, goodbye, rustic old character. Sorry my boyfriend's a prat.
This is more like it. I can really put my foot down now. Right, here we go. Watch me take this loser. Down into third, foot on the gas. Hear those twin Webbers suck. Feel the surge. See you later, peasants. Way hey! Sniff my exhaust.
Should we tell him he's still got his handbrake on?
Better not, son. We being simple country folk.
Oh yes, say what you like, but the sports car remains the single most effective crumpet catcher this side of testosterone aftershave. And what's the secret? Well, it's all in the design. Whilst many family cars maximize internal space for comfort and practicality by introducing front-wheel drive by means of a transversely mounted engine, the sports car has it pointing forwards to create a big, long, sticky-out nose. This design principle is brought to its ultimate conclusion with the great American racing cars created by Texan automotive engineer Ivor Longan.
There's a lot of nonsense spoken about phallic symbols by psychologists and sociologists and whoever. Well, I'm here to tell you that's just a lot of old hotwash.
What do you call your latest car?
We call it the Long Tadger.
Oh, we're traveling gypsies roaming the earth.
After displaying their cars, everyone gets the chance to show what they can do in the talent contest.
We told the ones just outside Little St. Anne's. If it's nice, we'll go down to Old Fair.
I am an electric ostrich, swimming in a sea of uncertainty. We swim, we walk, we laugh, we cry madly, gesticulating spawn in the pool of life, singing with the alien harps of time. That is all.
And so, after the excitement of the first day, the manor basks in the serene calm of a summer evening.
We always invite a very select few of our visitors to dine with us al fresco, as it were, and to stay overnight at the manor.
May I ask how you choose the lucky few?
Well, we inevitably go for those with enormous amounts of spare mazuma.
I see.
It's the only way, you see. And nobody else would have the slightest chance of stumping up the quite preposterous fee we charge.
I say, you do look cracking tonight. How about you and I sliding off in the old E to a little place I know? Who knows what might develop?
Oh, think of it, Well, I haven't got any pizzas then.
Yeah, where are the turkey drummers? I love them.
What about potato waffles?
I could kill for a Pop-Tart.
Salad dressing?
You can moisten my tomatoes any time you like, darling.
Pickle? Oops, butterfingers. Let me just grab that gherkin.
And they were both naked.
It's at this stage of the evening that Sir Marmaduke usually entertains his guests with tales of his motoring past. I feel most privileged to have played a very real part in what was undoubtedly the golden age of British motor racing. It was whilst still an undergraduate at Oxford that Binkie Danvers Spratley and I flew down to Brooklands for the first time. It was a most terrifying flight. The wind buffeted us, and the rain splattered our flying goggles. We swore there and then that next time we would take an aeroplane. Despite this, when we arrived, the weather picked up, and all was a scene of colourful spring gaiety. One recognised so many people in the crowd. I'd recall coming across my old friend Harry Lightfingers Malloy.
Look at that over there.
Hand off my purse, wise guy.
Then there was adorable Bunty Maudling.
Oh my God, I think my hat's just gone out of fashion.
And poor old Freddie Cuthbertson.
I thought someone told me it was Dwag.
People came to Brooklands to be noticed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have arrived!
To gamble.
I'll have 3 or 6 on England to win the First World War.
But first and foremost, to race. My own early efforts were sometimes hampered by my eye for the ladies.
Oh, look, here comes Marmaduke. Shall we win? Let's.
What-o, gals? Watch me!
For any young gun with a yen for motor racing in those days, however, the real challenge was to take on the Continentals. Johnny Foreigner was threatening total domination of the sport back before the war with win after win on the emerging Grand Prix circuit.
Mario, you've won. Congratulations. Your prize is this enormous sausage.
Yes, very nice.
Here, take it. Take your sausage.
Where's the champagne that was promised? That's more like it.
It wasn't long before I was taking these chappies on at their own game, hurtling at unprecedented speeds around the roads of France.
I'll catch you yet, Johnny Frenchman!
Whoops. No bugger. But the bulldog spirit couldn't be kept down for long. Whilst the French and the Italians continued to conjure their sleek, lithe Alfa Romeos and Bugattis, us British were about to fight back with a thumping great lion of a car, the Bentley. If a Bugatti was Audrey Hepburn, the Bentley was Diana Dawes. Not so good round corners, perhaps, but with a fair lick of speed, and could keep going all day and all night. And it was this 24-hour endurance that brought us Bentley boys our finest hour, Le Mans. Le Mans was the ideal testing ground for the Bentley boys, young chaps with courage, stamina, joie de vivre, and access to ludicrous quantities of our parents' money. The roads were tough and the course unforgiving, but these difficulties held no terror for me. However, I was unfortunate in never quite getting to grips with the rather individual method of starting.
Okay, go! Right, now, which one's mine? All look so dashed similar, these motors. Right, now, here we are. Now, have I got my sandwiches? Yes. My scotch? Yes. Hang on a sec. Which side is the ballast steering wheel on this thing? There we are.
This slight impediment did rather limit my success in the race, and whereas Bentleys went on to win Le Mans 5 years in succession, my best position in all that time was a slightly disappointing 97th.
Well, Binkie Danvers Spratley, another great Le Mans win for the Bentley boys. But what do you think of Marmaduke Love Tuesday's performance?
Well, he's clearly a bit of an ass.
As the evening wears on, the less affluent visitors settle down for the night.
May I humbly suggest that if you oriented your tent in a westerly direction...
Chrissy, I think someone's outside. Put it out, Chrissy.
Yeah?
Put it out, Chrissy.
What?
Put it out.
Hang on, Bill. I'm sure if we gave it just another couple of minutes...
Just for
Daddy, I haven't got all night.
Don't tell anyone about this, Belle. I'll give you £1,000.
Simon, are you asleep? Oh, come on, Simon. Just once more. Then we'll have a little rest. Oh.
I'll try it now.
Sunday morning dawns bright and clear as the grounds of Surley Manor once again stir into life. The tension mounts as Sir Marmaduke makes his final inspection of the cars before coming to a decision about just who will win the Surley Manor trophy. Meanwhile, the last-minute preparations are intense. Nervous, Vic?
Not really, no. I mean, when you look at this car, it has everything. Style, class, engineering quality. You tell me what a Rolls-Royce has got that this hasn't. I don't think you can. No, you can't. It's got everything. And I'm a very confident man.
So, what do you think of your chances?
You said chance. But what is chance other than a question asked by an idiot in the face of the absurdity of life?
Well, of course, but,
Fancy meeting you here. I love the Barries. It's very fetching.
Friend of yours?
Yeah, me and Vince are in the same dominoes team at the Stetchworth Liberal Club. Hey, how's your Auntie Margaret?
Vacuum servo unit, stripping and reassembly, remove the master cylinder and disconnect the servo bushrod whilst taking care to ensure the clevis pin is fully inserted.
Now the non-return valve.
The non-return valve must... Hang on a minute, there's a page missing.
What?
It was here last time.
Oh, come on!
All right, all right.
The non-return valve. Tell me about the non-return valve.
I'll find it.
Oh, quickly!
What's this? Combination skin can be a problem for today's working woman. Oh, no, that's woman's realm.
Oh, forget it. I've gone off the boil now.
Gone off the boil? I went off the boil at 2:20 this morning during caring for your spark plugs when my big toe got stuck in the ashtray. Right, well, I'll just nip and get some cigarettes then, OK?
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a man who can't perform. Now, sod off.
Right, see you in a bit then.
Take your bloody woman's realm with you.
Look at that. Perfect. I'm more than happy with that.
And this, Sir Marmaduke, is last year's winner, Vic Beresford's Vanden Plas.
Ah, yes, splendid, splendid. I take it he's paid this Beresford chappie.
Yes, Sir Marmaduke.
Yes. Well done, Beresford. Yes. Nice and shiny. Plenty of marks for shininess. Yes. Ooh. Oh, yes, very good, very good. Now, this old monkey brings back a few memories. I remember that I first encountered a Volkswagen in the early 1950s when I was traveling through Paraguay.
I purchased it from an eccentric Teutonic gentleman with a ludicrous mustache who lived in a small secluded hut deep in the Amazon jungle. I can't recall his name, but I recollect that he appeared oddly familiar. He promised me faithfully that this was a car that would last 1,000 years. I sold it on to an elderly widow in Nantwich in 1968, and I dare say it settled into a well-deserved retirement, taking the odd trip down to the shops.
I say, young lady, is this your car?
What's it to you? great Uncle Bulgaria.
I was just telling that Johnny over there with the box brownie that I used to have one of these myself.
Oh, really? How amusing. Excuse me while I alert the media.
Yes, I never had any trouble with it apart from one occasion when I had to strip down the vacuum servo unit. Quite a straightforward process, really. All one has to do is disconnect the push like that. Marjorie!
So, having taken a refreshing break, Sir Marmaduke now retires to decide who will take away the Surly Manor trophy this year.
Yes, it is a difficult task, but I have a strict set of criteria which I bring to bear in deciding who is to be triumphant.
May I ask what these criteria are?
Quite simple. Condition of vehicle, originality of component parts, historical interest, and overriding all of these, any pecuniary bribe that may have come my way.
Sir Marmaduke, in your long connection with motoring, which of all the many vehicles you've driven do you have the most affection for?
That, I can say, is a car which represents the very jewel of my collection. A carriage of distinction and elegance, combining speed and serenity in equal measure. This way. A motor car brimming with British heritage and stateliness, yet with that unmistakable dash of continental elan. I feel very much about this car as one would a thoroughbred racehorse, and indeed it is, in a very real sense, alive. There she is. Beautiful. I'll tell you something else. She goes like shit off a shovel.
Try now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have found it more difficult than ever this year to come to a decision that fairly reflects the superb quality of the machinery on display here today. This is due in no small measure to the thick cloud of alcoholic befuddlement through which I have had to plough in order to complete even the simplest daily tasks, let alone those that require keen judgment and clarity of mind. However, my decision as to who the winner is at the Surly Manor Gala this year,
If I may be so bold,
with her rather splendid Volkswagen Beetle, Miss, well, she actually asked me to refer to her as the Amazon Panther Puss, but I don't think that's actually her real name.
But you can't do this to me!
Well, I have never seen an entrant who has clearly put in so much hard work.
Hard work? She hasn't even bolted the bloody bumper on!
Who was talking about the car?
Excuse me.
Ah, yes, Amazon. Well done. One second, puss. There we are. Thank you very much. Well done.
I would just like to say how pleased I am to receive this lovely £5 gift voucher. And I'd like to thank Smoochum Sexy Squirrel. Oh, I'd like to thank Sir Marmaduke for his support. Actually, you can have it back now.
Oh, yes, I think you would have this as well.
Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Sir Marmaduke, Wellington, Aloysius, Love Tuesday. I'm empowered by Her Majesty's County Court to serve upon you this writ.
Bugger off!
Now, let's not have any unpleasantness, Sir Marmaduke.
Unpleasantness be buggered. Get off my land!
Be reasonable, Sir Marmaduke. You have enormous debts. You owe £3,458 to Baxter's off-licence alone.
Piss off, you great ass.
But my car was so beautiful!
The last time I saw it, someone had puked all over it.
I will boycott this event, sir! I will boycott it! Any self-respecting enthusiast should boycott this event. You are in trouble. The VPDA will be writing to you.
And so another gala comes to an end, and as the crowds disperse, Sir Marmaduke is once again left to enjoy the peace and tranquility of his beautiful country seat.
Take the bloody stuff. See if I care.
Stop! Stop! No! No! Anything but that.
My God, but you're looking gorgeous. An absolute little corker. Simply irresistible.
Here, Vince. Any chance of a lift back to Stechwith?
Yeah, all right.
Actually, do you fancy a game of dummies up the Liberal?
5s and 3s?
I'll slaughter you. By the way, how is your Auntie Margaret?
She's having some trouble with her feet at the moment, but I
Yeah.
think she's all right. Well, I'm not taking you anywhere again, that's for sure.
Oh, give over, will you? Give me
Well, you mean nothing but nonsense all day?
Oh, Christ.
Fed up with you.
Hey, hey!
Hey, what do you think? Hey, it's him again. I don't believe it. It's him. He's in trouble now.
All right. It's him. Go on, it's him.
Hey! All right, mates, out. You! I've got a very gorgeous motor car.
Thanks.
Safe journey home. Great to see these old bangers still on the road.
It's him.
Try it now. Shit.
And so we say farewell to Sir Marmaduke Love Tuesday in the certain knowledge that Britain's proud motoring heritage is safe in his hands.